Arsenal have just thrown it away. You can call it whatever you want, but I would describe that game as a bottle job. Look, we call it as we see it on this channel, but at least I try my very best to do that. You cannot win a Premier League title after leading away at Brentford and then drawing, and leading 2-0 away to Wolves and then drawing. Now, Standards FC will have their daggers out for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. And listen, there certainly is an argument there that is this Arsenal team ready? Are they prepared to get it over the line? Manchester City will be licking their lips. And I told you all, and I will continuously say this, we have something for Arsenal on Sunday. I believe we will get a draw against them. And if that happens and Manchester City go and beat Newcastle, then the title race has been blown wide open. But that will be a huge, huge mental block for Arsenal. 2-0 up against bottom of the league Wolves. And there can't really be any excuses tonight because David Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Gyökeres, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Hincapie, Timber, all of your big stars other than maybe Martin Odegaard were playing. But for one reason or another, 2-0 up, then an unbelievable goal from Bueno to get it back in. And then the last goal, for me, that is all on David Raya. He can see that entire situation happening in front of his very own eyes. If he doesn't come and claim Gabriel wins that header, they would have won that game 2-1. But at the end of the day, you're 2-0 up. You're in a title race. Every single point matters. And they're now 2 games without a win. They've got to play Chelsea and Tottenham very, very soon. And best believe me when I say this, there is no teams that would love to spoil their party more than us and Chelsea. And if they don't beat these 2 teams, it could be all she wrote. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Go and check out the Newcastle 6-1 match reaction, an absolute masterclass from Gordon. It really was a strong performance from them. They went out there and comfortably dispatched of Karabag. And make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button. The road to 100,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We're going to discuss Wolves 2, Arsenal 2 in a game in which fair play to Wolves because they played a game like they weren't bottom of the league. And you're going to get that a lot. Whenever you play against top of the league, teams naturally want to raise their game. But serious questions have got to be asked now. Wolves are a very, very poor side. I think to my knowledge, they've only won 1 Premier League game this season. This was the lineups. Let me bring it up. There we go. David Raya, Hincapie, Timber, Saliba, and Gabriel. Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres. The first thing I will say is I don't get why Eberechi for me is not starting in the 10. Now, granted, Bukayo Saka does score, and it's a very good header. But for me, Saka is better on the right, and I believe Eberechi should have started in the 10. Now, maybe they would have still drawn the game either way. Maybe they wouldn't. But for me, the way I look at this, that team is far superior than Wolves. Other than Mane, I mean, Gomez is nowhere near the player he was a few years ago. Other than Mane, that's really it. You look at the bench, Eze, Trossard, Jesus, Calafiori, Mosquera, Lewis Skelly, Norgard. That is by far a stronger team. You cannot throw away a 2-goal lead if you want to win the league title. It's literally as simple as that. You want to win the league, you want to dethrone Guardiola, you want to dethrone Liverpool, you want to show everyone what you're capable of. You cannot categorically play like that. And Arsenal had a very, very good start. A good ball in from Declan Rice, and Bukayo Saka heads it straight through Sar's legs. As soon as that goal went in, a lot of people sat and thought, including myself, that is game over. That should have been game over. This Wolves side, just to give you some context, are sitting 20th in the league with 1 win in 27 games, with 19 defeats and 7 draws. They are statistically One of the worst sides in Premier League history. Then in the second half, Gabriel plays an unbelievable pass into Hincapie, and Hincapie finishes it like a striker. You would never have thought that that was two centre-backs creating that goal. It was a really, really good finish from Gabriel into Hincapie. And then a madness happened. Bueno, the centre-back, plays it in to the left wing-back Bueno, who cuts in like prime Lamine Yamal and puts it into the top corner. You won't get a better finish from him probably in a long time. That is an unbelievable finish. Left foot, top bins, David Raya, no chance. And then in the 94th minute, you're thinking, when a ball goes into the box and the keeper comes to claim it, he has to scream. He has to shout, keepers, Rayas, mine. You cannot do that. And Gabriel gets trumbled on. It falls down. The shot gets struck. It goes underneath Raya, hits Calafiori, goes off the post, hits Calafiori again, and it ends 2-0. And look, the one thing I will say is, looking at this perspective from a Tottenham fan, it gives me unbelievable joy. But I try to be as least biased as I can on this channel. That, for me, could be the difference in the title race. Arsenal are now 5 points clear of Man City, and they have a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, which is against Crystal Palace, they will go 2 points behind. Arsenal's next 2 games are the North London derby away. Now, trust me when I say this, we must. We must. Igor Tudor, you must. You absolutely must deliver and get 3 points. Because that right there, because they've just drawn against, well, it hasn't updated yet, because they've just drawn against, of course, Brentford and Wolves. That for me, I don't know why it keeps doing that. That for me, I smell a wounded animal in them. Is there a lack of belief? Is there? I don't know. I honestly, that is inexcusable. And when you look at the match stats, it's not like they created bundles. Yes, they had more shots, more possession, more shots on target. But overall, they're expected to do that. They really, really are. They should have won that game. And now for me, this is going to be a really, really interesting. I said to everyone, the next 4 weeks are massive. Between the 22nd of February, this Sunday, and the 22nd of March, you will see what Arsenal want to do. You will see if they have the cojones to get it over the line. Because for me right now, that, I don't know, I don't care what anyone says, that is a bottle job. You can't, when you want to win a league title, throw away a 2-goal lead. Now, in terms of Arteta, there's a lot of players there that, for me, Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli should have killed the game off. Every single part of the blame today, for me, is on those Arsenal players. Arteta chose a strong enough team. But at the end of the day, the buck will lie with the manager, because the narrative will be 5 years and only 1 FA Cup, over £1 billion spent. I don't necessarily agree with the narrative, but you can't argue the facts. And the facts are right now that if Man City beat Newcastle United, excuse me, on Saturday, which when you look at City's fixtures, they have got to be sitting there. They have to be sitting there right now, purring. Just beaten Liverpool, just beaten Fulham, just beaten Salford. That run of games, they beat Newcastle. Forget the FA Cup. They beat West Ham. They beat Forest. They beat Leeds. They beat Newcastle. They beat Crystal Palace, in my opinion. Arsenal have to be perfect between now. And listen, it's not over. There will be plenty more twists and turns. I'll be coming on here saying how City have bottled games, like I already have this season. I'll be coming on here saying about how Arsenal have been better than City today, or City have been better than Arsenal. There's plenty more twists and turns. the end of the day, Arsenal are 5 points clear, but City are on the chase. And trust me, they have been there, seen it, and done it. But let me know your thoughts. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. I'm out.